I love that.
Oh yeah.
So, hello and welcome to Of Dice and Destiny. We hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful week. Here in the UK, it has been nice, hot, sticky, and sleepless for the majority of us. But for the rest of you, I hope you've had some nice aircon available to keep yourselves cool. For those where it's cold, wet, and rainy, you should have come to the UK during the last week. It's been blinding. Anyway, enough about the weather. We're not here for that. We're here for a couple of quick announcements. The first one is coming up on June the 28th, and this is open for all. If you are a member of the D&D Void Discord server, we have a new seasonal game that has been 2 years in the making coming up. It's called Games of Glory, and it's set in a Roman ludus arena gladiator style of theme, where two teams, of which both are players, in two teams of four, will be taking on a series of challenges and then challenging each other in the arena, in the grand arena final. There is a bit more to it than that. I don't want to reveal too much, but if as a listener you are interested in getting some D&D action in over the summer, this will be played weekly on a Saturday evening. That's at 2000 hours or 8 p.m. GMT. For those that are in other countries, please adjust the time accordingly. And you are more than welcome to sign up if you think you have a team of 4 people who can commit to at least 2 weeks, 2 Saturdays in succession. Possibly longer if you become champions. So, with that announcement and your invitation is there, visit dndgames.co.uk in order to join our Discord. You will also find the rules of our server there, and then once you have joined the Discord, if you need any help, there are various members and players on the server that can assist you. Failing that, some of the server moderators will also be able to assist you as well. So join the D&D Void, join in on the games and the summer seasonal gladiator battles that are going to be upcoming. And with that, I don't think there's any other announcements that we need to make. So let's get into tonight's episode of Dice and Destiny.
Woo!
Last time on Dice and Destiny, the party finally made it into the first layer of Londinium. Aurora was taken by the Black Glass Writ, and Milo had returned wounded, carrying the signs of what had happened with a bit of cloth, some black glass dust, some little bit of residue here and there, and a message that made the threat horribly clear. Aurora had chosen to save the others first, and now the writ had taken her for it. Rather than charging blindly into Londinium, the party followed the route they had already been given, and they paid the west side fee. Passed through the hidden tunnel and emerged into a walled garden inside the city proper. From there, they followed the strange directions through the controlled streets of Londinium until they found the Tailors of Cambridge. Inside the Tailors of Cambridge, you met James and Victoria, and you quickly discovered that they would happily cover for you as a party, presenting you as a private commission in need of proper clothing This was when Captain Sorrel had walked in to collect what could only be described as a reinforced coat. Who did notice you, and also noticed Milo, and left behind the kind of silence that feels less like relief and more like a warning. So, Aurora is still missing. The Writ have seen your faces. James and Victoria know more than they have said, and Lord Whitestaff's package still needs to be delivered. And somewhere inside Londinium, the people who took your friend are deciding what she is worth. We begin with the bell above the shop door still trembling from Captain Sorrel's departure. And for a few moments no one speaks. From outside, the streets carry on as though nothing has happened. Wheels move over smooth stone, boots pass in measured rhythm, voices remaining low, careful and clipped. Inside the Tailors of Cambridge, the air still feels pressed flat by the Writ Captain's presence. James standing behind the counter, with one hand resting beside the coins Sorrel had left behind, and Victoria watching the door, jaw tight. Milo's growl faded, but the fur along his back has not settled. James reaches beneath the counter and turns a small brass key, which locks the front door. Victoria crosses over to the window and adjusts the display curtain by about half an inch. Not enough to close the shop, but just enough to make it harder to see in. James finally looks at all of you. Right. Now we have a problem. Victoria glances back from the window. Several, I should say. Nodding to Victoria, James turns to you all. Shall we begin with the problem that is the one wearing your faces?
Yeah, I think that's a good start.
Yeah, sure. Can you word that a bit differently?
Of course. The problem is, you lot have now been seen by Captain Sorrel of the Black Glass Writ. It's ominous that he would move in to claim his reinforced coat at such a time when it clearly said on the sign that we were in private consultation. I could feel his... I don't know what the right word for it would be. His
Suspicion?
His what, sorry?
Suspicion, maybe?
Suspicion, yes. Discern, maybe. Let's go with suspicion. Could just feel it in the air and cut it with a knife. So I think in order to make good on the cover story, we're going to have to look at kitting you all out. Fortunately, we have several items of clothing here that's already pre-made and shouldn't take more than maybe 10-15 minutes for each one to be taken in or taken up accordingly. Would you care to take a look at them?
I've got a question first.
Absolutely, go ahead.
I've read some. I've read in the library about clothing that's infused with magic.
Ah, I see. Well, unfortunately, we don't have the ability to do that here. But I'm fairly certain when it comes to enchantments that there are plenty of talented people in this world that could make our garments work in ways of the weave without too much issue.
So is this a bad time to ask if you guys have waistcoats for a werewolf?
Unfortunately, no. We have waistcoats that would fit your current stature. As a werewolf? That might prove tricky.
May as well ask. Fair enough.
So what would people be looking for in terms of their clothes? And as he says this, Victoria looks up, steps away from the window, turns, faces Jess, and immediately locking her eyes on your figure, your shape, your size, your stature. She turns with an expert eye and says, "In stock we have 2 dresses that might fit you. However, judging by the look on your face, you don't like wearing dresses, do you?"
Absolutely not. Put it this way, I will be in my grave before anyone sees me in a dress.
Well, in that case then, if you don't want to be seen wearing a dress, fine. At the moment, you have the face of someone who wants to stab a question before answering it. I think for you, your look should be more of a professional problem.
A professional problem.
Yes.
I'd rather not be a problem. I'd rather blend in so nobody notices me.
Oh, I think you misunderstand what I mean by problem. The idea is to put you into a suit of some kind, tailored, that would fit you, and maybe give you the look of someone who perhaps sits in administration as an office clerk or some kind.
As long as it doesn't involve a skirt, I'll consider it.
I was considering the pencil skirt, but since you object, I think we can tailor some trousers.
Fine. But I'm not happy about this.
And let's put it this way, when I say professional problem, what I mean is I want to dress you in a way that when you walk down the street, people turn and walk away because they're worried you're going to charge them.
I mean, fair. Fine, I agree. I can't see you leaving me. Let me leave this shop otherwise.
Not in that.
What's wrong with what I'm wearing? Elizabeth made this.
Precisely. She made it with Ironstead in consideration, not Londinium, where you need to not be of the countryside, shall we say, or small town. No, here you'll notice that there is a slightly higher
More
class.
lavish.
Exactly. And besides,
Fine.
what I'll offer you will be more than flexible, and it won't rustle in annoying ways, so you can still do anything stealthily that you need to.
Me, stealthy. Yes, that sounds fantastic. Dude, myself. The stealth. No. Jess is not stealthy.
Right. She starts taking your measurements. As she's taking your measurements and writing them down, she looks over. Who wishes to go next?
Can I just interject a minute? When I agreed, the DM gave a fist pump.
Victoria's
Sure.
looking at you. And she starts eyeing you up. As Osiris, you volunteer to go next.
Volunteer as tribute.
Victoria looks up and says, What do you think, darling? As James looks over. I think he's the easiest to make plausible here. You already look like you belong near trouble. We just need to make it look like you were invited, is how I would say it.
Oh?
As he starts moving around the shop, Victoria moves on to the next person. But following him and watching him carefully, he picks out a dark travelling coat with softened sailor lines upon it, and a respectable sort of guard-adjacent silhouette in its shape. Yes, I think this would do quite nicely. Make you look like hired escort or route security or a professional blade of some kind. That way you get to keep your blade on show, should you wish.
Interesting.
The only piece of advice that I would offer you if you do take on this mantle, speak less than you want to, and watch more than they expect. And he gives you a nod as he says this. I'll take the measurements of this one, dear, if you wish to move on to the next, and then we can get this tailored for him. Wonderful. She looks over at you, Aspen.
You're not putting me in a dress.
She laughs.
Barbarian in a dress.
She laughs as you say that.
Jess smiles at this smugly.
No. I don't think a dress would do you too well. James, I've seen you ogling her muscles. Stop it at once. No, dear. I think for you, we don't want to disguise the sword. We want to give the sword a wage. I think not quite matching, but very close to matching coat as Osiris has over there. Put you down as hired protection, give you a proper belt, and cleaner weapon hang than what you've currently got, and some sturdy gloves. And that should give you a meaningful cover role of hired guard for a private commission. I think that would suit you a bit better.
Works for me.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god, my Alexa. Oh my god, I'm bugging her. I'm sorry. That works for me.
The only advice I can offer you would be stand where people expect danger to stand, and fewer people will ask why danger is there. Just a little tidbit I picked up from the nobles at one stage or another. James looks around the room at who's left and looks at you, Chris.
They're just staring at all of this happening. It's just like, I don't care what you put me in as long as I don't need to wear it for long, man.
Oh, only whilst you're in Londinium. And I wouldn't worry about the damage to it if you get into a scrap. We'll reinforce it so that you can take some blows whilst wearing it if you need to. But Victoria softens her eye as James sort of shrugs his shoulders and says, well, I don't know what to do about this one. Victoria, Chris, can I just get a correction on this? You've got green hair, haven't you, Chris? Or is that Aspen?
Aspen has green hair. Chris has kind of this darker blue hair with kind of pigeon colours dyed at the tips. Like
yes.
the purple and teal of a pigeon neck.
See, the green hair we can get away with. She's big enough, beefy enough to deal with any questions.
Chris looks down at their arms.
But,
All the muscle.
Chris, you are, though you have, dare I say it, some muscle.
I hope so.
James coughs behind you as she says this. Now, dear, stop ogling as you told me. Oh. I think the hair could be a problem. Or a solution. It's entirely up to you, but choose one.
So, a solution, I guess?
Brilliant. So, solution. I think you could do with a cap or a scarf of some kind. Just to keep it hidden. If you don't want to wear a cap, however, then the hair, let's just say...
You're not touching my hair.
No, not at all. Let's just say you're going to have to find the most boring, common excuse for it, being the colour that it is.
Drunken dare.
I mean, that could work, but anywho, as for your clothes, let's make your hair look intentional to be that way. Should we go with herbal assistant or naturalist?
You know, if you've had so much trouble with the others, you can stick me in a dress.
She smiles as you say that. You see, Jess, Aspen, if it's okay for Chris to wear a dress, why not yourselves? And she gives you a knowing wink.
Jess is just gonna give her the filthiest glare possible.
Obviously, Steve is chuckling about this.
That's
With
funny.
I think the best thing for you would be natural remedy assistant. And make it the most boring excuse that we could think of for your hair colour being the colour that it is. You tripped and fell into the pot of...
Plant pollen.
I was going
And I
to...
had some weird reaction.
I was going to say blueberries.
They wouldn't dye that colour.
Oh, but if it blended with darker hair naturally, it would come out darker.
Just go with it, Chris.
I mean, okay.
Like how you should go with the dress, Jess?
Oh no.
I
no.
still have your blade, I believe.
No, you don't.
Correct?
You can
You
use
don't.
it, Steve.
Fine. I will just toss my blade and be like, we may very soon become enemies if this dress thing carries on. So it's like a friendly threat.
Oh, it's gonna stick, all right.
Chris just plants a hand on Jess's shoulder and just like, I'm on your side.
Thank you.
I would go with herbal assistant or natural remedy assistant, and then I'll let you think of the excuse for your hair being the colour that it is. But there's a problem here. You look like you care. You need to hide that in Londinium, because let's just say this city charges extra for visible kindness.
Right.
In the meantime, I think if we're going to go for natural remedy or herbal assistant, then, well, this outfit should do you quite well. And she offers you a nice, slightly baggy pair of trousers, designed intentionally to sort of keep any brambles, that sort of thing, away from your skin. So they kind of flare out at the bottom a little bit, and they're nice and baggy in that regard. With various pockets, almost like cargo trousers, but not quite. And made in a more Victorian fashion, as it were, rather than a modern fashion. As for your top, well, I think a nice thick but not too warm brown or blue. Blue might work better. Top. Yes, with a white underlay. Yes, that would work very well.
Victoria, I have a question.
Please ask away.
When you're manufacturing my garment, will there be room for my weapons to be hidden?
Of course, dear. I've taken all of that into account already with various designs.
No further questions.
We'll have a concealed belt that you can wear underneath the suit jacket.
Fair enough.
And it'll go around one of the shoulders and down, and then round the other shoulder and down. So you can have your various things that you need concealed without it
How am I?
affecting the coat.
I'm not going to hide a short bow.
Oh no. No. It won't hide a short bow. You can still carry your short bow around, just... I can rig up a external... Perhaps we could have a clip that can attach to the belt.
Fair enough.
Or we could try an illusion.
Talking
We
of
need to
it...
hide all of our weapons.
Not all of you. But, talking of illusions, Steve...
Hmm.
James... Don't you agree he looks too much like an amateur wizard with a story at this moment in time? James looks at you and goes, yes, you have scholar written all over you, but not the kind that Londinium would trust. I think we need you to look employed.
I think you should put him in a dress.
Like you're wearing one?
No, I agree. If you're like volunteering everyone else to wear dresses, I feel like maybe you should volunteer yourself if you're that
Yeah,
desperate.
no,
Yes, I'm not wearing a dress.
I agree with this actually.
Like, you know, the stereotypical kind of wizard kind of dress cape thing.
Now, children, if one of you
Alright,
is going
shut
to
up,
wear a
Mr.
dress, then you can all wear a dress. You never know.
Or
One day it might be necessary. But yes, Steve, I agree with what James has said. I think we need to make you look like you're employed.
You
And
mean like a professor of some kind?
I'm thinking a muted scholar's coat to cover the tattoos. Narrow gloves, and a document satchel to carry your books.
I could work with that.
I think if we make your cover role that of a technical consultant attached to the White Staff delivery, that would work very well, considering the delivery is slightly dangerous in its nature. A technical consultant of a scholarly nature would be very clever as a cover. But do not explain magic unless you're asked. People here who understand things tend to be useful to the writ. People who explain
Make me a
things...
target.
Exactly. People who explain things tend to be considered suspicious. Especially in Londinium. Now, who have I missed out? No one. Well, in that case, with these measurements...
Can we get a scarf for Milo?
Yes.
Milo. Yes, dear. Yes. Victoria crouches down, looking at Milo. You, unfortunately, are very memorable. I see we have a couple of options. I think Milo could either stay at the shop for safety, here, under our care, or Milo, we could give Milo a handler's wrap and a false brass tag, so that Milo could be presented as property of this commission.
Here's my issue. They've seen Milo, or at least I assume they have seen Milo, and
Oh, certainly. Captain Sorrel told told you lot to keep Milo on a short leash, did he not?
he did.
I don't think we want to drag Milo into this. What if he gets hurt again? Lou would
Yeah,
never.
that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
Aurora would never forgive us.
Oh, but
You also need Milo, though, later on.
I think, Chris, as you are Milo's current handler, decision really should be yours.
I think we leave Milo here for now while we go and scout clues. And then when it comes to the point where we actually go and carry things out and get Aura back, that's when we need Milo.
Very well. More than happy to look after Milo for you. Just do bear in mind, although it'll reduce public risk, you might lose the scent compass, shall we say, that could give you some additional clues. Not going to force it, but that is your compromise with this decision.
We can do a couple rounds of investigation. One that's on foot. Oh, well, it's all going to be on foot, but one with Milo, one without Milo. Couple rounds of investigation. We can cover all bases. Sometimes we'll want to investigate places that don't exactly welcome the four-legged. So
very well. More than happy to look after Milo. So, you all are standing around whilst James and Victoria start working on your various outfits. And it's at this point that they sort of look up and at various times question you about a couple of bits and pieces regarding the outfit. How do you want it tailored? Do you want it tapered in? Do you want it flared out? Those sorts of questions. But at one point, James kind of catches you off guard as he looks up and says, "By the way, what is your commission here?"
What do you mean? What's our commission?
Oh, there you go. The black glass writ already have a reason to suspect you.
We don't have a reason.
right, cover story.
Yep.
Cover story. Cover story. Cover story. We. I don't know. I feel I am notoriously bad at cover stories.
What's Londinium famous for?
Oh, Londinium is famous for all sorts of things, like being the capital of the city, being the capital of Albion by our current ruler's decree, as our current ruler holds the Azure Crown.
Chris frowns
The Azure
slightly at
Crown.
that.
I'm going to roll
Can I?
Hang on.
Can I whisper?
I'm going to roll an insight check on that comment, Tom.
Oh no.
Okay.
Victoria does not catch your frown. Go on, Jess.
Can I whisper to Chris so that Victoria and is it James doesn't overhear? Chris, wasn't the crown like the thing we were trying to decide which one to grab before we were whisked into this hellhole landscape?
Yeah. Later.
Yeah.
So cover story.
Finest liquor. We're here to get some very fine liquor because we are reviewers for Albion.
Wine.
And we're going around to each and every town to find the best spots for their notorious drinks.
That's a wonderful idea, but where is it being printed?
I haven't got that far yet. I don't know if your local newspapers and
What
kind of magazine.
What publisher do you work for? What is your editorial name? Your pen name that you would be known as? I don't buy it. That is one failed challenge. James looks up as he looks across the group. You lot are going to have to find something believable. Now, you've got 2 bodyguards that are hired help as we're dressing them for Londinium, who would be allowed to have their weapons essentially on their belt and open carried. You have someone who is being dressed as a upper class nature remedy specialist, and you have someone else who is going in as a scholarly consultant and technical consultant for this delivery that you have for Lord Whitestaff. So I implore you to really think through your cover story carefully when you leave this place.
Chris is gonna lean over to Jess and just like, what are you being dressed as?
Some kind of businesswoman.
An office clerk, as it were.
I see.
I don't know. Apparently people are going to run away, so I don't know. Maybe a freaking bailiff or something.
Big up lawyer.
I don't know anything about law. I'm a psychologist.
Precisely. Well, anyway, I'll let you lot figure that one out. My next question is, can you all stand straight and present yourselves with proper mannerisms? For that of Londinium. For every single one of you. As she says this, she says it with a commanding voice, like that of someone who is trying to get your best out of you. That proper posture, proper tone, proper manners that would be befitting of someone wearing this stature of clothing that you're about to be fitted with. And as she goes around the table one by one, I want a performance check from all of you, please. See if you can convince them that you are of the proper stature.
Oh yeah.
Come on, dice rolls, don't fail me now.
I
Okay, has it
have a
loaded?
+0.
Oh damn!
I have
I'll take
Oh,
three.
yes.
Let's
I'll take
go.
I,
14.
am I glad I took Blades here? Because
That's
Okay.
literally
Never
going to be my
mind.
best roll of the night.
Oh, did
Never mind.
did you roll a 2, Steve?
Yeah, I can't silver rebarb myself, unfortunately.
You can still repair that.
Me with my 2 also.
They got a 15, 22, 5, 6. What has Chris rolled?
Oh wait, hang on.
my
do I-
gosh. I'm on a new
Mhm.
I'm on
know.
a different there it is. The button wasn't showing up. Sorry.
That's
Very
right.
annoying.
Osiris and Jess, you immediately snap into a proper stature, posture, and as she talks to you, what sentence do you two say that would be befitting of someone who lives and breathes Londinium?
No.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, you guys.
Damn
yeah.
good. Oh yeah.
Wow.
What would I say?
My business is on a needs to know only basis. Good day.
Convincing. I like it.
Just he just deadeye and just say greetings and then nothing else.
Steve pops a joint in his back.
Huh? What'd you do?
Steve pops a joint Steve pops a joint in his back.
Oh god, no.
Oh my bad.
Your back snaps.
That's what you get for doing martial arts.
For the rest of you, I think it needs to be work on Chris. And she walks over to you, Chris, and very quickly and slightly painfully, she starts correcting the posture that you have. Where you've worked on a farm, you might have slight hunches here and there. You might be slightly out of, like, more used to the heavy labour and the mannerisms that would come with that. As you're talking, she's cutting you off and correcting your words that you're using. She's really hammering it in that you are not coming across proper. And she's straightening your back, and every time you start to sag it, she straightens it again. And eventually, after maybe 5-10 minutes of this repeated and painful repositioning of your bones as to hold you upright, eventually it does sink in for maybe a minute before you sag back to
why
what you're
can't I-
comfortable with.
Why can't I just say I'm from the country?
Would a country bumpkin wear this?
Well, if they've been dragged into a fucking tailor shop and made to wear it, yeah, probably.
We'll see. Maybe natural remedy assistant might be a better option. Junior position, someone who's sent out into the fields to collect the raw materials for the master's work. Then maybe you could get away with it, but You're going to be extremely difficult to work with.
I'll be fine.
For your sake, I hope so. As for you, Steve,
Yeah.
you're a scholar. You're hunched over books. Your back is too straight. And your hand, well, it would be slightly crimped from holding quills too often.
Duly noted.
As for why your back cracked when you tried it, well, let's just say you've held a certain discipline for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah, and I'm paying for it now.
There may be a remedy at the herbalist's for that. But we'll see. Anyway, Aspen, you're a warrior, you're a bodyguard. You don't want to have your shoulders hunched. Professional trained bodyguard would be relaxed at the shoulders. Your back wouldn't necessarily be perfectly straight, but it'd definitely be slightly straighter than it is, and your footing, well, spread your feet out, otherwise you'll lose your balance. You don't want to be standing to attention or off balance. You want them to be about shoulder width apart at all times, whenever you are standing still. That way it looks more casual, but ready. Slight bend at the knees, dear. Perfect. Keep that stance. Remember it when you're standing back, watching the crowds, or watching people wherever you go, because that is the stance of a professional bodyguard. By the way, your hands would be loosely clasped behind your back when you're standing like this, ready at a moment's notice. Just a couple of tips I hope you remember. Want you looking the part as well as playing the part. Well, with that being said, I think the first of your suits your outfits are ready. Jess, do be a dear, go out the back and try this on, please. And for reference, I took note of how uselessly shallow those pockets on your jeans were.
Thanks. Jess will go out back and try on the suit reluctantly.
Steve, your outfit. There's
Yeah,
a corner curtain over there you can get dressed behind.
got it.
Now for the rest of you. Oh, Osiris.
Yeah.
Could I just take your collar measurement once more, please?
Sure.
16.5. Nice. Perfect. Would you go and try your coat on? Your new coat. I think you'll find it quite flattering on your figure.
He will go and change into the coat.
Wonderful. Now, she looks over at you, Chris. Try this outfit on. I think this should be taken in enough. I've just pinned it for now. But this should be taken in enough to be practical, useful, and still lavish enough for this part of town.
Cheers.
They're going to be interestingly kitted out, I think. And the rest of the clothes are handed out to you as they come up upon the sewing machine, getting taken in, getting pinned, getting measured, getting recut, etc. But after about an hour or so, everyone's got their clothing and it all fits like a glove. Freedom of movement isn't an issue. Nice deep pockets that you could actually hide things in. And Victoria and James look up at you, Jess. Could you do me a favour?
Yes.
See your daggers that we have here on the table?
Yes.
Hide them for me.
Jess will tuck her daggers into each of the inside pockets, one on either side.
Roll a sleight of hand check to see if they spot you do it, or if you can do it stealthily enough, even under their gaze.
God. Come on, roll well, roll well, roll well. Yes!
Hell yeah.
19 plus
22.
with some expert sleight of hand, you manage to slip one of the daggers in whilst distracting Victoria and James with whatever you do to distract them.
I haven't thought that far ahead. Sorry, DM.
As you give off your patter and spiel and wave your other hand about, you come in front of the table and you slip one of the daggers into its sheath on the inside of your jacket. Neither of them notice. At least, not until they look at the missing dagger on the table. Oh, that is quite impressive. Very well, I think you'll do just fine with that.
Jess will visibly grab the dagger in front of them, doesn't care, and put it in her pocket.
Now tell me, everyone, what do you know of Londinium? As you all re-emerge wearing your new clothes.
Well, thus far we know Londinium is all about class and proper placement.
Very well. Osiris, roll me a history check. Osiris?
Yup. Sorry. My mic was not working. History, you said?
Yes, please.
21.
Yay.
When it comes to the history of Londinium, although you've never really been here yourself too often, if at all, you are very familiar with the various stories and history of, like, the reason why Londinium came to be, the opposition that it has to other places and other towns around in Albion and other regions. You're aware of the significance of the Silver Lake Wars, where two rival regions on opposite sides of the Silver Lakes actually went to war with full naval fleets against each other. Londinium, won that war, and essentially because of the tyrannical nature of the ruler at the time, you're aware that they basically went across the Silver Lakes and destroyed and decimated the other city and its population, and those that did manage to escape ended up coming back to Londinium. You're also aware of the hierarchical structure and nature of Londinium and its ruler. You're aware that there is a singular king who is aided by several council members, a few of whom have been around for several hundred years as advisors to the king in power. You know that a woman has never held power here, but that is only because the kings within the hierarchy has only ever born sons. There has never been a queen. You are also aware that when it comes to the nobles in the town, that they themselves have their own hierarchy in terms of like the merchants' nobility rankings, that those that have a higher ranking tend to do less but more luxurious or more lavish and more profitable trade compared to those of a lower standing in that noble hierarchy who may be shop owners and store owners on the streets. And as you relay the information that you're aware of, Victoria and James just both give you a nod as if to say, if you're asked any questions as a group, let him do the talking there.
Hell yeah. Me with my zero persuasion.
That was a history check, not a persuasion check.
Oh, for talking per
Yeah, but he's talking for us.
Oh yes.
Well, I have a thing I can cast on you then to aid you.
Oh,
Before James looks up and looks at you directly, Steve. Before you cast that upon him, let's see how well you can conceal your magical tells.
Of course.
I would like you, whatever you're going to be casting, I would like you to cast the spell with sleight of hand rolled first. This is to see if you can conceal the hand movements or the semantic and the physical component, the movement.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Alright, so the spell I'm going to... I'm first going to show you the spell I'm going to cast. Give me 1 second.
Which one is it? I just need... Enhanceability.
Yeah.
Yep, I know it too well. If you would like to roll the sleight of hand check.
Yeah, sure. A sleight of hand.
It passes.
50.
It passes. James looks at you as you cast the enhanceability upon whomever, Osiris in this case.
Osiris, yeah.
And as you cast it, your hand movements are subtle. James and Victoria are actively looking for the subtlety or for the movement. And they do notice it. But they give you a gentle nod as if to say, should be subtle enough for most common guards that you might meet should you need to use it.
Yeah.
So, I think you lot, other than your cover story, I think you lot are almost ready. And as she says that, there is a knock on the door. Not the front door. The back door.
Oh,
James goes still. Freezes in place almost. And Victoria looks up and says, "No one move or say a word." And then you all hear it again. 3 knocks, followed by 2 taps. Ah. Think that's the runner, the messenger. I'll go. Everyone stay here and stay quiet. And Victoria walks out the back. Oh God, it's you. You better come in quick. And she pulls in this messenger. Dressed quite sharply, actually, for whom they are. For just being a messenger. And brings them into the shop before you all. James relaxes. And the rest of you? Are you doing anything at this stage?
Staying quiet as instructed.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Victoria looks over and James speaks. You've got some ominous timings there, Elric. What are you doing? Elric looks up. He's a smartly dressed courier, as it were. And Elric looks up. Well, you told me not to bring you anything from the office unless it had the green mark upon it. Well, this came in today, and it was stamped and approved before it had even seen the front desk. Might be of interest to you. James pulls this letter towards him. Fishes out one of the gold coins from under the counter and flicks it over towards Elric. Oh, very much so. This might just be exactly what we're looking for. Tell me, which department did it come from? Elric looks up. Transport. Oh, very interesting. Thank you for your time. And do make sure no one's seen you come and go. And he points to the back door. Elric gets up and walks out, closing the door gently behind him and disappears. Well, James, tell me, what does it say? What has our wonderful informant got for us today? James opens up the document. Well, first of all, good job it's only the copy. But it's a transfer notice. Lower West clerks, they brought in half a sheet. According to this, they only saw it because they dropped Master Pell's stamp upon it rather quick. Anywho, as for what it says, and his face goes visibly white as he starts to read it. You can see the colour literally drain from his face. Victoria, dear, it's an internal transfer notice. Oh. Well, read it out. Writ transfer list. Partial copy. Black glass writ, internal transfer notice. First layer, processing authority. Third night bell, movement window. Tomorrow. There's 4 tasked transfers here. Unregistered labourer from the dock quarters, no sponsor, transfer's been approved. Item 5, lamp worker, witness contamination apparently, transfer on that one's been approved. Item 6 is a runner, juvenile, message interference apparently, hold pending review. But this last one's the interesting one. Unregistered female, divine trace confirmed, restraint priority, verbal suppression recommended, do not expose to soil, seed, living root or open chapel ground, transfer authorised before third night bell tomorrow. Destination SBA. Handling officer C. Sorrell. Subject is useful, do not damage hands. And he puts the note down on the desk.
Are you all thinking what I'm thinking?
I think that's pretty obvious, so that's Aurora.
Sorry, Chris, I couldn't hear you.
I think it's pretty obvious of who that is.
So tomorrow, third night bell. You haven't got much time.
Hmm.
And we've still got this stupid package to deliver.
That has less of a time limit on it, I feel.
DM, can you just clarify what SPA means, please?
SBA.
Oh, SBA, sorry.
It's all it says is on the notes. All it says is destination mark SBA.
Destination mark SBA. And transfer officer is C. Sorrell.
Yep, Captain Sorrell. Well, James looks up. Victoria. Isn't St. Barrow Annex, isn't that the trauma office?
St. Barrow Annex.
Yes. Victoria looks up and is like, yes, that's bad news.
What does
Look-
it mean?
Can you just tell us exactly what does it mean?
Yeah, no, please.
Let's put it this way. It's not a hospital and it's not a prison. It once was a chapel. Then it became a hospice. Then the Black Rits decided it should be a civic recovery house. Now it's where they send people before deciding what kind of person they're allowed to remain as.
So
People come out different if they come out.
So it's a place for torture and brainwashing.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Cat just licked my toe. Sorry.
Which means we can absolutely not let transfer happen.
Agreed.
Well, that's tomorrow night by the third bell. If the third night bell rings, that means that she would have already arrived at her destination. No, unfortunately, I would advise that you take this delivery, get it to Lord Whitestaff, assume your disguised roles, your cover stories, and Lord Whitestaff, let's just say, he's not a nice man, but he is a nice enough man in a sense that he's not as bad as the others. He may have some use, and I have a token of favour with him. James pulls out a silver coin with a highly decorated engraving on it. Which one of you wishes to hold it? Because you're going to need this favour.
I'll take it, considering I'm dressed like a business person.
He
That would be a
tosses
smile.
the coin towards you, Jess.
I'll try and catch it.
Fair enough. Roll me a. Would it be sleight of hand if you're trying to pluck it out of the air? It would be.
Watch my roll fail.
No, you got this. Oh,
Told you.
Yeah, on a 10, fine. You clumsily pluck it out of the air. Not as smooth as you'd hope, but you do manage to catch it. Now, maybe I should give you a bit more detail about St. Barrow's Annex. If you
that
have.
would be appreciated.
The good news is it still sits within the first layer of Londinium, near the old vestry streets. It does have official protection, and it tends to be in receipt of the most difficult of detainees that they have. They do have trauma surgeons, restraint clerks, and writ examiners in this place. And
Trauma surgeons and what?
Trauma surgeons, restraint clerks, and writ examiners. Like I say, people who come out of there do not come out the same.
This sounds like some barbaric Victorian asylum.
That's what I was thinking.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
I've got one more question, actually.
Yes.
Since they know what our faces look like, I could disguise myself.
It might be a useful tool.
I think we have a better idea. And I really, really, really don't like this idea.
Oh.
I've worked as an assistant psychologist. I've worked with patients with trauma. I've worked in hospitals dealing with mentally ill patients. If we can find a way for me to get in as a doctor or something, and then I don't know. It's just an idea, but I don't know how we'd pull it off because that place needs shutting down, and as well as Lou, we need to get those other people out of there as well.
The
This is the
thing is,
first time you're going to see Jess show, like, other than obviously crying a while ago, after her thing was destroyed. This is the first time you see Jess show real kind of. She's pale. She's shaking. She shows real kind of fear and emotion.
Mm.
I mean, I can act like a crazy person.
What I can tell you about this place is it has the old chapel architecture. There's no real public worship there now. It has underground intake rooms, and transfers always happen around the third night bell. If you put your ear to the wall behind closed doors, you might hear people whispering about screaming coming from the old chapel. Families are told that they are under civic care when people are taken in there. Those that have some form of status can usually be retrieved. Those without a status tend to vanish.
Excuse me, but fuck retrieval. We're shutting this place down.
Yeah, no, this cannot be a infiltration. This is a demolition at this point.
I don't care if this causes us trouble. This place cannot. This place cannot exist. It's barbaric. And she'll look at James and Victoria. This stuff, this asylum stuff, it was outlawed in our world in the 1960s.
Oh, thank God it was.
We treat people with compassion. Compassion, trauma work, therapies, not torture, not okay. In some very severe cases, there is still some ECT, but that's normally on the voluntary kind of thing. We don't lobotomize, we don't shock people unless they consent and it's untreatable, and that's maybe 0.1%. This is how can you live in this world, knowing that people are treated this way? Like, we've seen such barbaric things, and yeah, our world isn't all sunshine and rainbows, but we've moved mainly past this stuff. And you willingly live here where there's death, there's torture, there's murder, there's everything else. What for what? To few 50 years extra of your life, 100 years extra of your life. Where's your conscience? Where's your compassion?
You want to speak of compassion and conscience? Then
Yes, I do. Because it seems that no one in this freaking world has any.
That's There are very bad people in some circumstances, but it's not everyone.
If I may interject here, James looks up at you quite sincerely and quite sternly. I appreciate that it's barbaric and what they do is wrong. We were back in the 1920s in your world, in our world that we've come from. We were already talking about closing down the last of the asylums. We were already moving forwards with methods other than torture and lobotomy in order to treat patients. Although, from what you're saying, it took another 30-ish so years. Then, great. The work that we started in the 1920s seems to have moved forwards and progressed, and I'm glad for that. If you think I'm of a position, or that we tolerate what's going on here, you are sorely mistaken.
Then you won't care if we shut this place down.
We never said anything about what you would do. We never even commented on it. But if you want to shut the place down, that's fine by me. However, just know that if you do that, you will probably never be able to come back to Londinium again.
I think that's absolutely fine, to be honest. I hate this place.
Yep. I'm with Chris.
However,
Aspen?
I think if you can find a way of shutting it down quietly, politically, with pressure from up on high, you might stand a better chance of gaining standing with noble favour.
So you mean persuade Lord Whitestaff it's barbaric and get him to shut it down? He doesn't even know us.
He does not know you, but I do know that he has lost several good people to the Black Glass Writ and to that annex.
But I thought you said that he was connected to the writ.
He is, but not so much so that he's corrupted by them.
So it's a sort of writ pays him to keep quiet and he tolerates it.
No, it's more a case of he pays them to keep them off his back, and they tolerate his actions.
Also, you
It
mentioned...
sounds like we need to. Sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
It sounds like we need to get Lord Whitestaff on side and maybe offer him some protection in exchange for him shutting this place down, and for somehow to get us in to get Lou and the others out. Because goodness knows, if we shut this place down, the writ are going to abandon all the patients.
Sorry, who's Lou?
I think he's in the wrong name.
Hey, that's Aurora, my brain.
Yep.
Got too into it.
And what say you, Aspen?
I mean, wherever everyone else is going, I guess I'm there.
Oh, you need to take the opportunity to do something right, you need to. If you're going to be an official bodyguard for this private commission, you are the one that needs to take initiative when danger strikes. And you need to be the one to take initiative first.
I mean, yeah, I can do that.
Good. I think it would be wise to appoint you as the head of protection for this private commission, this private delivery. Osiris,
Mhm.
you'll be working under Aspen. If she gives a command, you will follow the orders as though she is your boss, at least to maintain cover.
I mean,
Sure.
we also kind of need a group name as to where we're from.
Don't worry about that. James, third drawer down. Yes, that's the one. No, the one with the blue seal, not the red seal. If you are stopped, or if you are questioned, and she slides the envelope over to you, Jess.
I'll take it and look at her.
Whatever you do, do not open this yourself.
Let others open it.
It's for them.
This is for them. This is essentially a trap, as this is a message that should have been delivered to Lord Whitestaff 3 weeks ago. If they read it, if you are stopped, you will be able to use that as leverage. As for what the contents of the letter says, well, let's just say it talks of a shipment that was diverted to St. Barrow's Annex that should have been received by him.
Okay.
I've got one more thing, actually.
Yes.
You mentioned Lord Brightstone loves whiskey.
Lord Whitestaff, and yes.
Lord Whitestaff. Yeah. Here's my take to this. Maybe it could help us in convince him for what we want to do.
It could indeed. Now, he is particularly fond of this drink that was brought to us by...
You mentioned Jack Daniels, correct?
Yes, I've tried some with that rather boisterous fellow called Jeff.
Would
Out of
it
character laugh. Out of character laugh. Sorry.
would it be possible for us to take it with us to get on his good side?
I think that might be a good idea. Bottom jaw, darling. As James reaches down to pull out the 2 bottles of Jack Daniels, he looks at them. This stuff is vile. I don't know why he likes it. And he puts them on the counter in front of you.
Oh, not sponsored.
Yeah, I guess Steve will take the bottles Make sure they are closed and puts it like in his satchel with his books.
Fair enough. Now armed with the information that you have, you prepare to set off.
We're gonna die, aren't we?
Nah, we're
Probably.
gonna be fine.
Famous last words.
We're gonna be absolutely so good.
Might I
Sure.
just add, as you're stepping out the door, James looks at you all. I think shutting it down via Lord Whitestaff is the right way of doing this.
It won't put a target on us.
Exactly, and it gives you the window to rescue your friends.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
We haven't got we haven't really got any other choice, have we?
No.
Nope.
So are we going? So we're going today, right?
Well, yeah, we have to because tomorrow's when they
Well-
move Aurora.
How far is the walk from here to where we need to go?
It's not too far, to be fair, but as you leave the Taylor's Cambridge, looking less like your old selves, which somehow feels worse than looking lost to some of you at least, Londinium seems to receive you without a welcome. The streets here do not crowd. They arrange themselves more so than anything. People pass with purpose, servants in dark cloaks, clerks with sealed folders, and guards whose armour is polished enough to reflect an accusation. And the closer you move towards Lord Whitestaff's residence, having been given the directions by Victoria and James before you left, the cleaner the stone seems to become. Even the gutters here seem disciplined. Houses grow broader and quieter and less interested in improving wealth because wealth has already been assumed.
One more question.
Yes.
Would there be a subtle spot for me to cast 2 spells? Or would I have to do it at the Taylors of Cambridge?
Type up what you want in a DM to me, and I will read it, and then answer back.
All right.
As you are continuing your journey, having been given directions, you see up ahead on your path that there is a clerk guard at a small archway who is, in answer to your question, only if enhance ability isn't concentration.
Only enhanced ability is concentration. Yeah. Disguise self isn't.
Right, disguise self isn't. That's fine then. As you're walking up and approaching this checkpoint, you see a small queue of people that are passing through, getting stopped and asked questions. And eventually you all arrive at the gate, at the archway. Right. What brings your business to this second layer of Londinium?
We have a delivery for Lord Whitestaff.
Appointment?
He's expecting us.
Do you have your proof? Papers, please.
Jess will hand over the paper.
He looks at the envelope and the seal. Very well. Where have you come from?
That's our business.
Roll me a deception check.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Deception. Come on, please let me roll out. Please let me roll out. Oh, 24.
Oh, nice.
Oh, with the 19s today.
Dressed as you are, nice and smart, and saying it with such confidence, guard hesitates before he asks his next question. Very well. Well, that's the Taylor's Commissions card, so you're coming from Taylor's Cambridge, aren't you?
As I said, that's our business. But yes, we have stopped there. Now, is that all? What's your name? And she will dead-eye stare at him.
Roll an intimidation check then, please.
Bear in mind, Jess is quite tall as well, so... Oh, no, that didn't work. Crap.
Oh no.
Rather than staring him down, it looks more like a flutter of your eyes at him.
Jesus.
And he looks up at you and says, "My name's Penn. Penn Willis."
Penn Willis, okay.
And might I say you are quite charming.
Ew.
God's real. Jessie's asexual. She does not know how to respond to this. Thank you. Now, is that all? May we move on? Time is running out, and we're running late, and we don't want to keep Lord Whitestaff waiting. You know he can be quite disagreeable if people are not on time.
Yes, I just need to run a couple more checks, if you don't mind. The first check that I would like to ask you is, who are all of these people? I've got to keep the ledgers clean.
So she'll point at Aspen. This is the bodyguard. My colleague here is, I'm pointing at Steve, is a scholar. And my other friend here is a herbalist. He works gathering herbs and other materials for kind of alchemical purposes for our scholar here. And myself, I'm an administrator.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm here to keep them all in line. And make sure they do their jobs.
Well.
Is that it now?
No, not quite, I'm afraid.
Jess will look displeased at the inconvenience.
Tell me.
Yes.
Do you know what you are delivering?
Of course. And as I said, it's our business.
Interesting. For the record, so that we can keep our records clean in the ledger, as he's writing all of this information down, what is it you're transporting and delivering to him?
A rare whiskey that Lord Whitestaff likes that I believe is extremely hard to find?
May I see this bottle?
She'll look at Steve.
Yeah, Steve, who is disguised by the way, takes his satchel and like rumbles through his books and grabs the bottle of Jack Daniels.
Huh. Yes, he did mention something about liking Jack. Didn't understand who or what he meant at the time, but I assume this is it. Very well. Seems legit. Delivery
And we
of
will.
one letter and one bottle of whiskey. Private commission. Entry authorized.
Thank you. And if you wouldn't mind, could you just quickly write us a note? Lord Whitestaff has been waiting and we have been held up, just to explain, why we were held up.
Generally, we don't do that, and as you can see, there's quite the queue here. Just tell him that Pen Willis sends his apologies for delaying his private commission.
Of course. Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
And you all. Next, as you continue on your journey, you arrive at Lord Whitestaff's premises. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. For the record, Jude screamed no, and it did not come through on the audio.
I don't know why. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, for all of those that are watching, thank you for listening to our game tonight. It's been a bit more of a chilled planning session, a bit more narrative tonight. We've got some excitement coming up in the next few sessions that I'm sure the party's looking forward to.
Oh yeah.
Hell
I can't
yes.
wait. I can't wait to sell my old guy look.
And as I stated at the beginning of the show, we also have our Games of Glory, a new summer seasonal round of D&D games that focus on the gladiator style of combat in an arena with some PvP in the final. And that's coming up on June the 28th. Do join our Discord in order to participate and be a member of the audience, because, as we all know, what's one thing that a Roman arena needs?
Gladiators.
Yep. And crowds. Because what determines the death of a gladiator?
Glory.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. And that's why we're going to need the audience. So when the time comes, you'll have the facility to vote whether you want to keep the player alive or kill them based on their actions. DM has the final say on the votes with dice rolls if needed. It's going to be fun. And it's going to be an ongoing thing every year for 2 months of the year, each year. So join us for the open season Games of Glory. Get your team of 4 players, invite them into the D&D Void Discord, which links can be found on dndgames.co.uk. And we hope to see you at the games. In the meantime, We'll see you in 2 weeks for Of Dice and Destiny. And look out for our next release of The City of Viridia on Spotify, coming to you all on Tuesday. We also have a new open season one-shot that is going to be published on Sunday, so keep your eyes open for that as well. Bye!
Bye.